Okay, we are going to talk about something very important that every single of us we need to work on, and this is a book. It's called Purity of Speech. It's written by the very Chashuv Rav of Rosh Yeshiva from Manchester. It's in English. Everybody could have it. It's called Purity of Speech.
Right.
And this book talks mostly about Lashon Hara. And there's one part that that is a big mitzvah of hochiach tochiach et ametecha v'lo alav chet, which means that you are supposed to inform or reprimand or rebuke your friend if he does something bad, like he transgresses an avera. But at the same token, you have to be extremely careful that you don't embarrass the person. That's extremely important. So that is the pasuk says that it says you have to inform your friend, your fellow Jew, but at the same token, make sure you don't embarrass him, you don't offend him in any ways, so he gets the point, right? So now, this book, the Rav of the Manchester, brings some points, very good points that a person should be careful about in order the person fulfill this mitzvah. At the same token, the person that received the hochacha, right? Tochacha, he's gonna accept it. He's gonna change it. So there are some pointers that he brings up. One is it says when you want to give this musar. This is basically musar. You try to help this person out. First, you have to pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You say, please, I want what I'm going to say to this person. Please, please make it that I will have favor in his eye or her eye, whoever is the person that the person wants to talk to, and he will accept what I'm going to say. That's the first thing that a person has to do, because it says this is a technique that he says that it was proven that it's going to be, it will work. And as I said to Shlomo before, a lot of people, they have problems with the Shon Bayit. They have certain issues. Not everybody, but everybody has certain issues with the spouse, the children, the friends, the co-workers. There's some friction. There's always friction. So something the person doesn't like, this person doesn't like, the other person doesn't like. So somehow you just can't live with the constantly feeling friction. You need to solve it, and this technique that is recommended here, right? It could be used even if the person is not transgressing. It just have a certain friction with the other person, and you want to bring out a point. So basically, there will be more harmony between you and the other person. So you come and use this technique. Is going to help. So he says, first thing is, first and foremost, you pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that what you're going to say is going to work, it's going to be effective, and you find favor in the person that you're going to talk about, favor in his or her eye. The second thing is, you just take back and you say, I love this person. What am I doing? What I'm doing a part of after Recha Kamocha. And it says here, pasuk that he says, Devarim hayusim min halev, nichnasim min halev. Right. That means that the meaning, the message from this basically it means what it comes from the heart, it goes to the heart. Right. So it means a person has to be sincere. You have to be sincere to the person, right? So I was saying the story I heard from Rabbi Zimir Cohen, Shalita, and he said very interesting point. He said that there were two Israeli guys that they were not Shomer B'Sut. They were walking around, and one guy came to them and said, "Please put on during the day." He said, "Please put on a tefillin." One of them said, "Okay," he put on. The other one didn't put on. He said, "Please put on the tefillin." He said, "No, thank you." I walked away. Then they went. So the first guy put on, the first friend. The second friend didn't put on. Then they went on a little further. Another guy approached them, and he says, "Do you put on tefillin? Please do it. It's very good for you. If you didn't put it on, you have to put it on. It's a big mitzvah you're gonna do by doing this. It's good for you." And the guy said, okay, I'll put it on. So after they put on, the other friend, after they walked away, the second friend says, what happened here? I don't understand. How come the first guy, when he said put on the fitting, you didn't listen to him? But the second guy, you did it. He said, because the first guy, I realized what he's doing, he just wants to get some point for his method, for his own haba. He really couldn't care less about me. It's just basically, he just wanted to do it for his own. But the second guy, I realized he cares for me. He's very sincere and he wants my best, right? So I listened to him. I did it because I knew he wants it. So he says, so this, and it's a big lesson from this story. The person, when you want to do it for somebody, right? You have to be very sincere. So this is I'm using I use there was a couple that they had some shown bad issues, right? Baruch Hashem, they're getting much better. You know, they're my clients. I helped them out here and there. With Hashem, they get back together. They were divorced, and I think it looks pretty. Baruch Hashem, much better. The situation much better. I hope that they get married very soon. Very good couple, very good people, very good. They just had certain issues with each other, and I told them, look, if you listen, follow this thing, you know, when you have a problem with each other, these things that you follow, if you want to inform the other person something you don't like about, if you use this technique, it's going to help you. So I hope that it's going to work for them, and that I should be better. I pray, and I'm very hopeful that they get back together and get married again. And so this is the sincerity. You have to be sincere. So that's the first step. One is pray to Hashem. Pray to Allah that the person that you find favor in that person's eye when you say it. Second one is you be sincere. You love the person. You want to do. You're doing it for fear of after kamocha. That's the two. Second one. Then when you talk to the person, when you want to inform, you don't scream at the guy. You are very gentle. You're low voice, very low voice, right? So the person doesn't think that he or she is angry at you. You just be very gentle. Say it in very very gentle words, and say that. You say, for example, if they have an issue with each other, you could say, you probably, right? So you said you probably didn't know, right? You probably didn't know that. For example, he gives a lashon hara. So for the shambait, a person could say, you probably didn't know what you did, what you said, hurt my feeling, right? Or what you did, very gently, and that would help a lot. It doesn't have to be the one that the Rabbi Manchester is talking about mostly is for Lashon Hara, but it could be for anything. It could be for anything. This advice he's giving, right? It's gonna like you open up. You don't want to be constantly have friction with the other person. You wanna somehow resolve this friction. So by talking gently to the person, right? The person realizes, okay, the person wants my best. He or she loves me, and also he wants to resolve this friction that we have with each other. And that way, with Hashem Yitbarach, that's going to be solved, right? So this is another point. And you have to say in a low voice. Never raise when you want to inform somebody. Never, never raise your voice, because when you raise your voice, the other person takes a message that he's angry at you, and he would never listen to you. He would and then become defensive, and then become offensive, and you never gets anywhere. It never gets anywhere. And the third one, which is very interesting, right? This third one, that this 3-pointer, which in order for your words to be effective, right, about resolving this shambait issue or this friction you have with whoever, he says always include yourself in this hochacha. So he says, what do you mean? For instance, like in this case, it's like on a shahara. So he says, you talk as if you are asking his advice. You are not telling him or telling her. You're asking advice. right? You're like you're as if you pretend that you don't know the halacha and you're trying to ask the advice. So he says, do you think this comment, for example here, do you think this comment is are we allowed to say this comment? Isn't this considered shahara? And you let him think, or let her think. So that way, that person also is start thinking about it, so try to internalize it, and he or she gonna come to a conclusion that thing that it's doing is wrong, right? And it could be the same thing about the issue that the person has with the other person. Say, what do we think? Do you think is this good for having this kind of behavior or something? But something that the person doesn't think that you are trying to offend him or offend her, and that way, and asking, and the person slowly understand the message, and then he said, "Oh, I am doing this mistake myself," and he comes out, and he or she comes out and resolves herself before, and you don't have to make him or make her feel offended. And these 3 pointers are very important. So the last one, which I'm going to repeat again, is include yourself. But are we allowed, as if you're asking, are we allowed to do this say Lashon Hara? Here he says, I don't know if you're allowed to discuss this, for instance.
Right. So asking a question, right?
Question, but include yourself.
Right.
Include ourselves, and this gonna help to resolve the friction. The person doesn't take position, and doesn't take offense or anything, and this gonna resolve it. And this is what I noticed. It's not just about the shahara. This is it talks mostly about the shahara, how to do ruchach to chiyach, but this a person could apply this all across. You know, this could help a lot for the mitzvah of Adam Lechavero in different aspects.
Right.
When somebody does it, you don't have to hold it into yourself. So you have to say it in a way that the person gets it, and B'nai Hashem resolve the issue. Okay, this is the 15 minutes.